Ladies and gentlemen, that's the sound of Kelly Clarkson right there.
What's up?
What's up? I thought you were coming in, and now you didn't come in. You're on the phone. What up?
Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to be coming in, so I'm sorry.
Man, it's like I told John Peake, he's our boss. I said, Kelly came on talking about the Vegas residency, and we went on the air. We're promoting it. We're all excited. It's not you. Somebody from your team said, next time, Kelly's coming in. And then I looked down at the calendar today, and I was like, oh, my God, what am I wearing? Do I look okay for pictures and stuff like that? And then Brian goes, oh, she'll be on the phone today.
Oh, my God, I'm sorry. Well, I will tell you this. I was at my son's school this morning. It's his birthday. He turned 7, and then I'm having a big party for him. So there was no way I was getting out of that.
Oh, my God, no way. Did you bring cupcakes to the school and everything?
No, we're not allowed to, like, so all the sugary stuff, but we were able to go up there and, like, celebrate. And they do this whole thing for them on their birthdays. Mm-hmm. He felt so special. And we're doing a big thing I'm planning, like, literally tonight. He's obsessed with Indiana Jones, so I got him a costume and scavenger hunt to find treasure. So
That's cool. And my son just turned 15. We had a little something for him, and you get it as a mom. You know it goes by in a blink, and these are such special, special years. So I'm happy for you.
Yeah, so fast, man.
It really does. I want to put a brick in the kid's head and just like tell them don't grow or something.
I know.
Hey, we're going to talk about the music here in a second, and I listened to it, and we're going to play mine. The first time I listened to it, I said, oh, Kelly's talking. Kelly's got some stuff to say. This is a pretty powerful song. You're not holding back on this.
Wow. If you think I'm not holding back on that one.
Alarm!
Hey, I was like, wait, that's one of the no, here's the thing, guys. Many songs didn't make the cut because obviously, you have kids, man. It's like you can't say everything, so but also I kept the ones that I felt like for this record that were universal. Mm-hmm. People have gone through what this song is about, and it's kind of you go and it kind of takes you on this ride emotionally, like it's like a sad secret, the verses, but then the choruses explode into this gang vocal of like angry but sad, deeply sad. And then I changed up the tempo and the bridge just because I felt like the energy, like literally it's like a stream of consciousness, like mine. And me is more of that empowering, like, I got this. Like, so there's every song on the record was literally picked specifically to represent a different stage of, grief and like what you go through.
And we were talking about it on the air because something came up, and this wasn't about you, it's about somebody else. And this will lead us to where I'm going here. We were talking about Taylor and Joe possibly not being together in a breakup of a relationship of like 6 years, I think, right?
Right.
And so we're talking about that because you have to talk about pop culture and things happening. But at one of the areas said, I think we have to remember that when we talk about celebrities, we talk about people, they're people. They're people first. Yeah, we see them, we go, oh my God, that person's rich. I wish I had that life, blah, blah, blah. But they're people too. And in relationships, when they end, they can hurt. And number two, all of us kind of like in our daily lives, when we joke about things like, oh man, Taylor's going to have a rocket album now or something like that. That's still a person who's going through something that might hurt. And when I look at you, you're a friend. We don't hang together and stuff. I'm not trying to paint a picture of us being more than that, but we've known each other a long time, and we all have. And you went through something that hurts.
Yes, but at the same time, I'm on both sides of that. So I understand, like, honestly, I don't know what was happening, what was in the water, COVID, what was going on. But a lot of us, I think a lot of people in general, relationships, things came to light and like we couldn't handle it, right? So there was kind of a lot of divorce happening, like, right. And I remember a lot of people were coming out with music and I was like, oh my God, I'm one of those fans. I was like, I wonder what that's going to sound like. You know what I'm saying? Like after going through something, so intense. I get why fans are like that. I think the reason why we are is because you don't want to feel like you're alone when you go through something so terrible. Like you don't want to, because you do feel alone. You feel like the whole world is crashing down and you can't lift it up anymore and you can't, and people also like in the public, you only hear what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't hear all that happens and you don't hear how long it's been happening and you don't, you only know what you're given, right? So there's all that, like what's behind the scenes as well. So I don't know. It's a tricky thing, like as an artist, like, and I think Taylor, she's similar to me too. Like we do write like about our lives. Well, most people do. And so it's kind of a difficult thing, I think, for me though, because I have kids. So, I had to really Like there were some songs that I loved that I was like, I can't put that out, So, and then there were others that I felt like this is broad enough. I feel like everybody's kind of felt this and can relate to this. And I've heard people talk about it. So it was definitely, I've never spent this much time selecting the songs for the album.
Yeah, I guess you would. And obviously we know that and you don't have to talk about it too deeply here, but obviously kids with Brandon, you have to sanitize some songs because in the end, I'm assuming and I'm sure that you probably want your kids to have a relationship with their father. So when somebody gets in the public eye and badmouths somebody else or something like that or goes too far or something, that becomes difficult, I'd assume. So I get why some songs aren't going to make the cut.
Yeah, I mean, and also, like, obviously, like, my kids, I don't want that for them. Like, they have that. So, like, that's important. But also, my kids are 6 and 8. Well, 7 today. 7 and 8. Like, they're not on social media. They don't know. Like, what we're talking about, they don't know. So it's like, they're not that, and I don't sit there and jam to certain things like with them. So, it's definitely those songs that I felt like if they were listening at the concert, like because they love Come On Me, like, if they saw it, it wasn't something that, I felt like was too far. Mm-hmm. Like it was just something I feel like was okay. And like we have conversations about, because you got to think about kids in general too. Like I've been through divorces with my family as well as a kid. And it's like, you don't tell them stuff to like, you don't want to give them the whole story because that's not fair. That's not their life. That's somebody else's life.
Exactly.
But you give them enough to know why something happened. And, unhappiness is not a good thing. And like you go through all these emotions. It's okay to feel them all. It's kind of just been a big learning curve for, all of us these past 3 years.
God, that's life right there, learning. All the time, really. I mean, here I am at my age, married 25 years and stuff. I'm still learning about my wife, still learning about my life and everything. I get it.
That's incredible. 25 years. That's it. That's
yeah.
incredible.
And thank you for that. But everybody knows marriages have seasons. Some are better than others. And, it takes a lot of work. Takes a lot of work. And I think at one point she's like, screw it. I've already invested so much time. I don't know. Sorry. Write my own song. All right, let's tell you what. Take a break. Let's play Mine. 10th studio album Chemistry is out June 23rd, available for pre-order right now. Kelly Clarkson on the phone line. This is the song that we were talking about when we started the conversation. It's Mine. Kelly Clarkson on the phone line. That's her song, Mine.
Kelly, I was looking at the track list for Chemistry and I saw I Hate Love featuring Steve Martin. Is this Father of the Bride, Steve Martin?
Yes. I cannot believe he said yes.
This is amazing.
Well, okay, so I sent him the song, and when you hear the song, you'll get why I sent it to him. I randomly came across him playing banjo, and I was just like, oh my God. I was like, I knew he's talented. I knew he was like, but I was like, this dude is so cool. And then I ended up writing this song that like, it wasn't necessarily perfect for a banjo, but it made it cooler. It made it like a different kind of element, musically speaking, that I really dug, because it's kind of a punk pop rock kind of song. So it's so cool that he said yes. And Sheila E. said yes. I asked her to be on this track, That's Right With Me. I just never generally ask anyone because I'm always afraid they're going to say no.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Kelly, I'm so excited to hear some of these songs live. Like even just listening to Mine right now, I can imagine what that would sound like in a theater. When you're making the cut to decide what songs you want on this album, does the live performance ever influence what songs you choose?
With every other record in my life, yes. But with this record specifically, it was literally just, I wrote most of these songs like 35,000 feet in the air, like, handing kids off to my ex, like coming back, going to work. I was just exhausted and in the dark and like just crying and just honestly just figuring stuff out. Right. So this is more just like an emotional ride. But I want to really say, like, this is not a record that's just one thing. Like, I literally have songs on there that people are going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe she put this out. Like, this sounds as if it was great. You know what I'm saying? Like, because in Valentine, you can understand that you just said seasons, right? A relationship. Yeah. Like, everything wasn't bad. Like, everything wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't all bad. And to belittle it to one thing is, to diminish it in that sense is not cool to me. So
right.
It's a record, an entire scope of a relationship and like feelings and emotional places, like, about the sexy fun times, about all of it. So it's got all of that in there. But I will say, I literally just performed Mine the other day for my show, because that's coming out on my talk show. That's my first performance of it, and And it was so freaking cool to do because of those gang vocals on the chorus. It's just so fun to sing. So I'm very excited. For Vegas. I'm excited for people to hear it.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Kelly, obviously filming the fourth season of her show, picked up for 5th and 6th as well.
Oh yeah, we got picked up for the next season. Yeah.
Congrats. And The Voice as well.
Yeah, I'm doing The Voice this season. Where lives are coming up in May, I think. So yeah.
Oh my gosh. So do come in the next time you're around. I mean, you blew us off for your son's birthday party. I get it. I get it.
I didn't know. Somebody else said that. I didn't know I was supposed to go.
That's the thing. They don't tell the artist because the artists also, they get plausible deniability then. You know what I mean? You can just go, oh yeah, next time we'll come in. Yeah, don't worry about it. It'd be great.
I know, but if they would have said, oh, we have this, I'd have been like, no, you don't. That's my son's birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly, thank you so much. And we'll talk to you again soon, okay?
All right. Bye, Valentine.
Valentine in the morning.
104.3
MyFM.
90s to now.